Vandegrift drops. He is looking left.
That's what he
Throw
does.
to the far side, and it's caught. Touchdown in the back left corner of the end zone. Jamori Maclin, well-thrown ball. Dropped it right over the defender.
My name is Jamori Maclin. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I play wide receiver for the University of Kentucky. It was really rough, really tough for me growing up. Had a lot of siblings, came from a big family. You know, seeing a lot of violence growing up, seeing a lot of family members get killed, friends get killed, mom and dad going to jail, and times where we didn't have anywhere to stay, times where we didn't have anything to eat. It was just really rough for me, tough for me as a kid. So, you know, it took a toll on me. I didn't know how to deal with my pain. We were never taught how to deal with that type of environment. I didn't have anybody really to look up to at that time in my life. So I was just a product of my environment. Some of my personal struggles, man, the biggest one was probably lack of peace internally. Even though my environment, it definitely shaped me to be that way, but internally it was tough for me. I feel like I was living in hell internally, and I just never had peace in my life. There wasn't a real way that they shown love to us. You know, growing up, you know, it was all about just being strong. So I didn't feel loved, I didn't feel worthy, I didn't feel like I had a purpose in life. I've always felt like something was missing. I always felt like there was just something that I feel like it was just something missing in my life. I feel like, I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. I always felt like an outcast from everyone in my family. Some of the things I turned to meet those needs, man, was women, you know, sex. It was attention from other people, approval of other people. Also, my identity in football. That was probably the biggest one that I turned to the most. It's like, you know, I didn't feel fulfilled in any way. So football was kind of like my outlet to feel good. You know, sex from other women was for me to feel good, to feel better about myself. But those were only very, very temporary for me. Man, God has given me a lot of opportunities, man, because of football. It allowed me to have, to go to college, for one, to get an education and play at the next level in college football. Also had a cousin that played in the NFL for 10 years at Missouri, who ended up going to the NFL for 10 years and did really well in college. So that's what led my decision to going to Missouri. Played a couple years there and then ended up, you know, transferring to North Texas and then transferring to Kentucky. And with being far away from family, I got family at home getting killed every year. It felt like something was happening in my life, and you know, like I said, I didn't know how to deal with it. Now I'm dealing with my identity in football. I always knew that I had to be the difference maker in my family, so that took a toll on me whenever I felt like I was failing in football. So I'm like, man, I can't help my family how I really want to. At that time, before leaving Missouri, I was very depressed. I was suicidal, feeling like I was better off just not being there. I felt like I just wasn't worthy enough to just help my family and love and receive love from anyone. So, you know, I had really, really strong thoughts of being from being suicidal, being depressed. When I get to North Texas, man, it was still a tough time for me at the time. I'm still depressed and I'm still suicidal. But I get to North Texas and you know, I meet a bunch of new guys, and I meet this teammate named Khatib Lyles, and who was very much of a man of God, who was different from what I've grown up to see. You know what I'm saying? So I get to North Texas. We started doing FCA at North Texas a little bit, getting around, and I went to a lot of those events. I was loving it. I was feeling good about myself. It made me have more of an itch for God. And then, like I said, I met that teammate, Khatib Lyles, who was just so much at peace. I noticed that I couldn't just get it right. I couldn't be perfect at all, right? And I knew that Christ died for my sins, that, you know, he lived a perfect life for me, you know, for that reason. So I'm like, you know, for a man to take all my pain, all my traumas, all my mistakes, my past, present, and future mistakes, and nail it to the cross with him, that made me want to honor him. So I think that's what made me like, okay, I don't want to continue to dishonor him with the way I live. How am I different? Man. Fulfilled all my needs. Gave me a peace that I could never find. And changed my heart. Changed my mind. Teaching me that my purpose and my identity is in him. Teaching me right now that it isn't all about me anymore. It's about serving others. Whether it's my family, whether it's friends or people that I don't know. I just want to touch lives and tell people about my story to help. Now that I've trusted into Christ, man, and really wanted to grow my relationship, I've started doing mentorship and discipleship with Aaron Hogue, and he's been helping me out a lot, mentoring me as a young man. I knew that part of me that I need someone, you know, with a little more knowledge and a little more experience in the game to just help me out. So I wanted to continue to grow.
I never told you I love you, bro. Yeah. You never know what somebody going through, you feel what I'm saying? Tell them to love them, that makes them feel good.
Biggest way that FCA has helped me, man, it just helped me with a realization of who I was as a center and who God was. So, you know, at Mizzou, there wasn't an FCA, you know what I'm saying? But I get to North Texas, and that's when FCA started, and they bring in groups of athletes together to come and speak about Christ. So I'm like, okay, a couple of my friends are going, like, I want to go, you know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know, sparked something within me, and having FCA here on campus, even here at Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? It's something I'm being open up more to doing as well.
Watch this down. Look at that ball, man. Like, oh my gosh.
I think my biggest purpose is just serving. However that looks, you know, just humbling myself to serve others, no matter what status or what stage I am in part of my life, just serving others. And I think that's the biggest thing, because Christ even said he didn't come to be served, but to serve. And that's what I want to do for other people. No matter how big or small it is, just serve. And I feel like my purpose in life and success in my life has always been serving people and doing the will of God. That's success to me. You know, no matter the money, the status, the fame, whatever, all that stuff, that doesn't matter. But, you know, doing the will of God and doing what Christ has done for others, you know, that's the biggest thing.